So how do you kind of adjust your personality and your sales style to some of those other disc profiles?
Very good point. The first is being aware of your own style. Because if you don't know what your style is, then you think who you are versus what you really are. And if you don't have, and that's one of the reasons I highly recommend people to take their own disc profile. And once they have seen their own profile, they have a little bit more clarity about who they are. So let's start with knowing yourself. Now that you know whether, let's assume you are an I and you are talking to a D, you need to be able to find out whether you're talking to a D or not. So that's the second step. So how do you find out you're talking to a certain profile? The simplest formula is this one. If the person is a fast talker, the person is a D or an I. If the person is relatively a slow talker, the person is an S or a C. On the other side, if the person is friendly, the person is either an I or an S. If the person is more aloof or more direct to people, then you can sense that those people are likely to be D or a C. So once you have your diagnosis of that personality or the profile you're talking to, you can say, okay, this person is most likely a D. Okay, now that you have said this person is a D, how do you deal with that person? Well, we already agreed this person likes bullet points, bottom line, very direct, very quick decision maker. Well, guess what? You and I need to realize that they want to get the highlights and not every detail of the place.
Yep, that's me. 100%.
Exactly. And hence you have to modulate your style to their style. That's the first part of it being for a D. The highest difficulty obviously is going to be C, because the C is looking for details, the C is looking for information, the C is looking to be convinced that this is a guaranteed process which will work for them. As an I, proof is not really important. Hey, trust me how I feel is really the simple way the I is talking. And the C is like, okay, I don't trust you, you better give me more information. So that's where the I has usually the hardest time convincing a C. Now let's take another fact into account. And again, I'm saying this as a fact, more like a survey, that almost 40% people have some degree of S in them, which means they are people pleasers, they like approval, and they're easy to get along. Which is why in any selling situation, you and I have to be more of a leader, because the S is not looking for a change, S is looking to be led. So when you are selling, your focus has to be, am I being the leader? I'm not talking about being bossy, because being bossy is different from being the leader. Leader is you are leading them through questions, interaction, engagement towards a decision. That is what a leader does. So as an I, regardless, you have to focus on, okay, am I going to follow a process to lead people? Because the I doesn't want to follow any process.